Before traction control, ride modes, and electronic everything, there was a golden era, the 70s. It was a decade when motorcycles were pure, mechanical, something that modern machines can't always match. These were the bikes that shook the streets, dominated the racetracks, and earned loyal followings that still exist today. Many of them are fast, reliable, and shockingly affordable on the used market. Here are 15 legends from the 70s that can still destroy the spirit of many so-called modern bikes. Number 15, Honda CB350. The Honda CB350 is one of those motorcycles that refuses to fade into history. Born in the late 60s but thriving through the early 70s, this lightweight twin delivered reliability, simplicity, and fun in a way few bikes could match. For many riders, the CB350 was their first real motorcycle, and for good reason. It was easy to ride, easy to maintain, and cheap to run. With just over 30 horsepower and a smooth twin-cylinder engine, the CB350 could cruise at highway speeds, yet still feel nimble around town. Its classic styling, chrome fenders, spoked wheels, and that signature Honda tank badge has aged beautifully. And even today, you can find running examples for under $3,000. A fully restored one might hit $5,000, but it's still a bargain for a time capsule on two wheels. Owners praise it for being virtually bulletproof. Keep the oil fresh, adjust the valves, and it will just keep going. No complicated electronics, no fragile plastic panels. If you want a 70s ride that's affordable, reliable, and full of character, there's another bike that delivers in spades. And many riders who upgrade to bigger bikes keep it around because it's just too much fun to let go. At number 14, Yamaha RD350. The Yamaha RD350 wasn't just a motorcycle, it was a rebellion on two wheels. Lightweight, agile, and powered by a snarling two-stroke twin, the RD350 was quick enough to embarrass much larger bikes of the era. It became known as the Giant Killer, a title it wore with pride. This bike wasn't about comfort, it was about speed, sound, and the kind of smoky, oil-burning fun that only a two-stroke can deliver. With around 39 horsepower pushing less than 300 pounds, it launched like a rocket when the power band hit. Today, an unrestored RD350 might cost $6,000 to $8,000. A pristine, restored example? Expect 10 grand or more. But here's the thing, it's worth every penny for the thrill alone. Owning one now is about nostalgia and raw engagement. There's no traction control, no ABS, no computer telling you what to do. It's you, the bike, and that intoxicating smell of premix. And for seniors who want to feel alive every time they twist the throttle and can't get the RD, one particular bike is a ticket back to the wild days of motorcycling. Claiming the 13th spot, BMW R755. The BMW R755 brought German precision to the 70s motorcycle scene. With its air-cooled boxer twin, shaft drive, and unmistakable toaster tank, it was built for riders who valued long-term reliability over flashy gimmicks. This was a bike you could ride from Berlin to Rome without a second thought, and many did. With around 50 horsepower, the R755 wasn't about all-out speed. It was about balance, comfort, and engineering that felt overbuilt in the best way possible. The shaft drive meant low maintenance. The engine, capable of hundreds of thousands of miles if treated right. Prices today range from $7,000 to $10,000 for solid runners, with museum-quality examples fetching more. And the best part? Parts are still available, making it a practical classic. But there's another bike with a low center of gravity, smooth handling, and timeless style make it an excellent choice. It's a machine that whispers sophistication, yet underneath, it's tough as nails. Earning its place at number 12, Kawasaki KZ650. The Kawasaki KZ650 earned its place as the baby Z1, a smaller, lighter sibling to the legendary Z1, yet every bit as reliable. Introduced in the mid-70s, it offered a perfect balance of everyday practicality and genuine performance. For riders who didn't need a full liter of fury, the KZ650 delivered smooth power, stable handling, and a reputation for being unbreakable. Its four-cylinder engine put out a healthy 64 horsepower, enough to cruise at modern highway speeds with ease. Unlike some big-bore beasts of the era, the KZ650 was easy to live with. Maintenance was simple, the build quality was solid, and the bike could rack up tens of thousands of miles without breaking a sweat. Today, a well-running KZ650 can be found for around $4,000 to $6,000. A fully restored one? Expect $7,000 or more, but you can ride one daily without worrying about fragility. For seniors who want a 70s motorcycle that's fast enough, light enough, and tough enough to last, the KZ650 is a proven classic that doesn't need hype. It's already earned its stripes. Making waves at number 11, Suzuki GT750 Water Buffalo. The Suzuki GT750 was the world's first mass-produced, liquid-cooled motorcycle, a groundbreaking achievement in the early 70s. Nicknamed the Water Buffalo in the US and Kettle in the UK, it was a three-cylinder, two-stroke touring machine that combined comfort with a healthy dose of attitude. With 70 horsepower and that unmistakable two-stroke exhaust note, the GT750 could cover long distances at serious speed. Riders loved its smoothness and torque, rare traits for two-strokes at the time. Add in a plush seat, wide bars, and excellent wind protection, and you had a bike that could devour miles without beating you up. Today, the GT750 commands respect in the vintage market. Expect to pay $7,000 to $10,000 for a good one, with pristine examples topping $12,000. And here's the thing, it's still rideable as a daily classic. For seniors, the GT750 offers both performance and comfort, plus that irresistible two-stroke magic that's vanished from the modern scene. It's a time machine you can actually live with. If you've gotten this far, then you're surely enjoying the video. Hit like, subscribe, and you'll never regret it. At number 10, Laverda Jota 1000. The Laverda Jota 1000 wasn't just fast for the 70s. It was a missile in an era when most bikes still felt like farm equipment with chrome. Born in Italy in 1976, the Jota took the motorcycle world by storm thanks to its massive inline triple engine, tuned to squeeze every ounce of power from its 1,000 cc's. This was a machine that could push past 140 miles per hour, and in the mid-70s, that was stratospheric. Everything about the Jota screamed purpose. The engine had a unique firing order that gave it a deep, snarling soundtrack, the kind of noise that makes bystanders stop mid-sentence. The gearing was tall, the torque was endless, and when you wound it out on a long, open road, the bike didn't just go fast, it felt like it wanted to tear the horizon closer. Riders often described it as holding on for dear life while smiling like an idiot. But speed was only half the story. The Laverda Jota was also built like a tank. Thick frame tubing, robust engine internals, and a reputation for shrugging off abuse made it one of the most reliable high-performance bikes of its time. While some Italian bikes had a reputation for being temperamental, the Jota was the exception. It could tour across countries without complaint and still dominate the fast lane when you opened it up. Brand new, the Jota was expensive, the kind of bike only serious riders committed to owning. Today, a well-kept example can command anywhere from $12,000 to $20,000, depending on condition and history. And for collectors, that's money well spent. Because the Jota isn't just a motorcycle, it's a legend of speed and endurance. And while the Jota was the fire-breathing king of Laverda's stable, there was another Japanese beast in the 70s that paired exotic style with brute force, and it didn't come from the same factory. Landing at number 9, Honda CB750. The Honda CB750 is the bike that redefined motorcycling. Launched at the tail end of the 60s but ruling the 70s, it was the first production four-cylinder superbike with disc brakes, and it blew the competition out of the water. Its 72 horsepower engine gave riders speed and smoothness unheard of in the era, while Honda's reliability meant you could cross continents without fear. This was the motorcycle that made big bikes practical for everyday riders, not just racers or thrill seekers. In the vintage market today, You can snag a decent rider for $8,000 to $10,000. But pristine early sandcast models will hit 20 grand or more. And every single one of them will still feel special the moment you twist the throttle. For seniors, the CB750 is easy to ride, comfortable for long hauls, and built like a tank, making it the perfect entry point into classic bike ownership. It's the king for a reason. Revving into number 8, BMW R90S. The BMW R90S was Germany's answer to the superbike craze, but with an entirely different personality. Instead of screaming horsepower, it offered refined speed, unmatched stability, and a finish that dripped class. Its 90 horsepower boxer twin was strong, tractable, and perfect for mile munching. The R90S came in stunning paint schemes like Daytona orange and silver smoke, colors that turned heads at every cafe. Add a small bikini fairing, comfortable ergos, and BMW's legendary shaft drive, and you had one of the most civilized fast bikes of the decade. Today, expect to pay $12,000 to $15,000 for a clean example, with mint originals fetching more. And the beauty, there's still great tours for modern roads. For seniors, the R90S blends classic style with real-world rideability. It's not just a bike, it's a passport to an era when motorcycling was as much about elegance as speed. Now at number 7, Suzuki GS1000. The Suzuki GS1000 was Suzuki's serious entry into the big bore superbike war, and it hit hard. Known for bulletproof engineering and excellent handling, it quickly became a favorite among riders who valued speed they could actually control. Its 4-cylinder engine put out just over 90 horsepower, but the real magic was its balance, stable on highways, nimble in the twisties, and comfortable for hours in the saddle. Unlike some rivals, the GS1000 could be flogged hard without protest, and it earned a cult following among endurance racers. Prices for a solid GS1000 run around $6,000 to $9,000, with restored models going higher. They're still one of the best bargains in the big classic category. For seniors, the GS1000 offers old-school grunt with modern-like stability. It's a reminder of when superbikes were fast, tough, and built for riders, not just spec sheets. And speaking of another Japanese masterpiece, this one was a declaration of war on other superbikes. Can you guess what it is? Number 6, Kawasaki Z1 900. The Kawasaki Z1 wasn't just a motorcycle, it was a declaration of war on every other superbike. Launched in 1972, it packed a 94 horsepower DOHC inline-4 that could outrun just about anything on the road. This was the bike that made Kawasaki the king of speed in the 70s. Its bulletproof engine, muscular stance, and unmatched acceleration made it an instant legend. The Z1 didn't just win races, it won hearts. Even today, owners brag about its unstoppable reliability. In today's market, expect to pay $15,000 to $25,000 for a nice example, and more for show-quality originals. For seniors, it's a blast from the past that still feels fast, but with the comfort and stability to enjoy on long rides. And if you think this is as good as it gets, wait until you meet its leaner, meaner European cousin in the next spot. Now taking position 5, Triumph Bonneville T140. By the mid-70s, Japanese bikes were taking over, but the Triumph Bonneville T140 proved the British still had some magic left. With its 750cc parallel twin and unmistakable silhouette, the Bonnie oozed charm and heritage. It wasn't the fastest, it wasn't the most high-tech, but it was pure riding joy. Light handling, sweet torque, and that mechanical heartbeat made it feel alive in a way few modern bikes can match. Prices today range from $6,000 to $10,000 for clean riders. And here's the thing, a well-kept T140 is not just a bike, it's a rolling time machine. For seniors who remember the golden days of cafe culture, it's like coming home. And yet our next pick took the idea of a practical big twin and made it virtually unbreakable. Number 4, Honda CB554. Think of the Honda CB554 as the CB750's smaller, friendlier sibling. It had the same jewel-like engineering, but with lighter weight, easier handling, and enough power to cruise all day. Its 50 horsepower inline-4 was smooth and reliable, making it a favorite among riders who wanted performance without intimidation. The CB550 was also incredibly forgiving. Drop it, neglect it, ride it hard, it would just keep going. Prices today hover around $4,000 to $7,000 for good examples. For seniors, it's the perfect balance. Not too heavy, not too wild, but still brimming with classic style and Honda dependability. And the next bike? Let's just say it proved that even in the 70s, touring could be done with style and endurance. Number 3, Honda XL 350. The Honda XL 350 was the kind of motorcycle that could make a rider feel like they owned the entire world. Introduced in the mid-70s, this dual-purpose legend was built for riders who didn't want to choose between asphalt and dirt. It was a true go-anywhere machine, the kind you could ride to work during the week, then take into the hills on the weekend without a second thought. At its heart was Honda's rugged 4-stroke single-cylinder engine, delivering smooth, usable power that worked just as well puttering through city streets as it did climbing rocky trails. With just enough horsepower to keep up with traffic but not so much that it intimidated, the XL 350 hit a sweet spot for riders who valued control over outright speed. And with Honda's legendary engineering, it would start on the first or second kick, even after sitting for weeks. This bike wasn't about overcomplication. There were no electronic aids, no overloaded dash, and no unnecessary weight. Instead, you got light, nimble handling, a comfortable upright seating position, and suspension that could soak up bumps without complaint. Older riders especially loved it because it was easy to maintain, cheap to run, and strong enough to handle decades of regular use. Back in its prime, the XL 350 sold for a fraction of what today's ADV bikes cost. Even now, well-preserved examples can be found for under $4,000, a steal when you consider the freedom they offer. And unlike many modern machines that rely on complex electronics, the XL 350's simplicity means it will keep running long after newer bikes have been scrapped. The Honda XL 350 was more than transportation. It was a tool for exploration, a trusted companion, and a piece of motorcycling history that could take you from the main street to the mountaintop in one day. And as we move into the final 2 bikes on this list, you'll see that the 70s still had even more to offer for riders who crave machines that are built to last. Number 2, Ducati 900SS or the Super Sport. In the mid-70s, when motorcycles were getting bigger, heavier, and sometimes lazier, the Ducati 900SS arrived like a lightning strike from Bologna. This wasn't just a bike, it was an announcement. The 900 Super Sport was the purest expression of what a sport motorcycle could be. Fast, raw, and absolutely beautiful. Older riders will tell you, this was the motorcycle that made them believe in the magic of 2 wheels all over again. Underneath that stunning fairing was the heart of a racing champion, a 90-degree V-twin with Ducati's signature desmodromic valve system. This wasn't some mass-market commuter engine. It was a purpose-built beast designed to deliver smooth, linear power with a soundtrack that could make even non-riders stop and stare. And unlike many high-performance bikes of its day, the 900SS could go the distance. With proper care, it wasn't unusual to see these still roaring down the road decades later. The handling was another story entirely. Thanks to lightweight construction and razor-sharp steering geometry, the 900SS could dance through corners in a way that left heavier Japanese bikes struggling to keep up. Riders who came from touring machines or big cruisers were shocked at how alive it felt in their hands. Visually, it was Italian art on 2 wheels, slim tank, bold fairing, wire-spoked wheels, and those instantly recognizable contours. This was a motorcycle that made you look back every single time you parked it. Today, prices for a pristine 900SS can make your wallet cry, $25,000 or more for a collector-grade model. But you can still find well-loved, rideable examples in the $15,000 range. For a machine that delivers history, performance, and unmatched style, many would call that a bargain. And while the 900SS carved its name into the racing history books, our number one proves that speed wasn't the only way to make a legend. Sometimes it's about endurance. The ultimate ride, number one. The Moto Guzzi Le Mans 850. In the late 70s, the motorcycle world was buzzing with Japanese horsepower wars and European engineering pride. Right in the middle of it all came the Moto Guzzi Le Mans 850, a bike that wasn't just built to compete, it was built to stand out. If the Ducati 900SS was the romantic racer, the Le Mans 850 was the muscular, long-distance fighter. This was Italian engineering with grit, and it quickly earned a reputation among riders who wanted speed, character, and endurance. The riding position was sporty but surprisingly comfortable, a rare combination in an era when performance usually meant sore wrists and cramped legs. Thanks to its well-balanced frame and link braking system, revolutionary for its time, the Le Mans 850 could be ridden hard through twisties or effortlessly devour miles of open highway. Riders over the years have said it feels planted in a way that modern electronics-heavy bikes just can't match. Visually, it was a masterpiece of Italian design. The half-fairing, slim tank, and bold color schemes, especially the striking red and black, gave it an aggressive yet elegant presence. It wasn't a bike you hid in the corner of a garage. You wanted it where people could see it. Today, a pristine Le Mans 850 will fetch $18,000, with well-kept riders available around $10,000 to $12,000. For those who know, it's one of the last great analog sport touring machines. A bike you can work on yourself, a bike that doesn't need endless electronics to feel alive, and a bike that turns every ride into an event. So there you have it, 15 legendary motorcycles from the 70s. Which would you prefer? Let us know in the comments. There is another video coming up on your screen right now. Click on it and I'll catch you there. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell for notifications.